going to give a shout out to LiTime, one of our sponsors, by the way, and I'll do it right now because this is perfect. The Charles River event last year for MAKB was the first event of the Northern Division.
Yep.
It was the Boston section. For whatever reason, that was the section that they chose from Brighton all the way to Boston, Science Museum, basically. And I pre-fished it to test my motor. I have an XI3 as well as an NK 180 Pro on my either or. But I brought both out there to see how much my 100 amp battery would last with my XI3 to go all the way down. And I did in practice just to see. And that's when I knew I needed an extra battery because I wasn't going to be able to make it all the way back if not for my NK as an alternative motor in practice. So I bought a LiTime Mini. It's a tiny little 100 amp battery, which is amazing. It's a Bluetooth battery. It's pretty cool. They got their own little app, which I brought on board for when we did the tournament. And I fished Boston. I did, not great. It was a brutal day. I mean, you might remember it was cold and rainy and windy. And so I fished downtown, and then making it back, though, I only had like 30% battery or 25% battery left in my other amp battery. So I was able to swap out my LiTime as an extra battery to easily carry on board because it's so lightweight and small. Storage was easy. And I swapped it out before I cruised back. Valber Santos and I, after a tournament, were cruising back together. And we come upon Torrance paddling his battleship because his battery died. And we come cruising up behind him. And by the way, I mean, Valber's not shy about this, but he's a LiTime guy. He's sponsored by LiTime, actually. And we towed him back to shore. He actually admitted he might have slept on his kayak that night because it was a good 2 or 3 miles before we had to go. And if not for our joint LiTime batteries, we towed him back to shore, him and his barge and all three of us. It was pretty cool. So shout out to LiTime.